A very good morning to one and all. Myself S.S. Dugde, working as an assistant professor in SIT Suvyadra. Today, I am going to deliver the lecture on tolerances. So, before understanding the tolerances, we must know the variability. Why variability is given to the why variability is coming into the picture in the manufacturing. In the universe, no two parts can be produced with identical measurements by any manufacturing process. So, in any production process, regardless how well it is designed or how carefully it is maintained, a certain amount of natural variability must be exist. So, due to this natural variability can be two types. It can be a natural variability or variability due to the uh, wrong conditions in the manufacturing area. So, due to this variability, no parts can be identically manufactured in the universe. These natural variations are random in nature and are the cumulative effect of many small and essential uncontrollable causes. Usually, variability arises from improperly adjusted machines, operator error, tool wear, and other defective raw materials. So, due to this variability, we have go for the tolerances. So, such a variability is generally large when compared to the natural variability. Natural variability very chances of natural variability is less than that particular variability due to the uh, parameters like machine problem or operator problem or tool wear or raw material etc. This variability which is not part of a random or chance cause pattern is referred as assignable causes. So chance cause of variation is term where we assign there is a chances which assign the causes in the pattern or assignable cause of variation is nothing in short I will clear you. Assignable causes are the causes which can be forcefully assigned in the manufacturing process. What we call as a assignable causes, and chance cause of variation is variation due to the machine wear, tool wear, etc., what we call as a chance causes. So characteristics variation can be attributed or to assignable causes that can easily be identified and controlled. If the process can be kept under control, that is, all the assignable and controllable causes of variations have been eliminated or controlled, then the size variation will be within the prescribed limit. So, to maintain the size, we must control all the chance causes and assignable causes of variation. Some variability in dimension within the certain limit must be tolerated during the manufacture. However, precise the process may be. So there is some variability already must be tolerated during the manufacture. The permissible level of tolerance depends upon the functional requirements which cannot be compromised. Suppose we have to manufacture any product for some specific functions. So permissible level of variation, level of tolerance depends upon this particular proper specific function requirement. So that function, some of the specific function we require a specific tolerance which cannot be avoided. So no component can be manufactured precisely to a given dimension. It can be made to lie between the two limits, that is upper limit or lower limit, that is maximum and minimum limit. The designer has to suggest the tolerance limit which are acceptable for each of the dimension used to define the shape and form and ensure the satisfactory operation in service. So we must give some of the freedom to the designer to design such a component which must be assembled. So for this particular assembly purpose, we must allow him the give tolerance to the parts. When the tolerance is allowed, is sufficiently greater than the process variation, then no difficulty arises. The difference between upper limit and lower limit termed as a permissive tolerance. For example, suppose take we have to manufacture a shaft having diameter of 40 plus or minus 0.02 mm. This is generally bilateral tolerance. This means that the shaft which has a basic size 40 is accepted, 40.01 and 40.02 is also accepted, and the size of 39.99 and 39.98 is also accepted because this particular diameter lies between the two limits of sizes, that is upper limit and lower limit. So permissible tolerance is equal to 40.02 minus 39.98 is 0.04 mm is the permissible variation. So what is the tolerance? The tolerance can be defined as a magnitude of permissible variation of a dimension or other measured value from the specified value. It can also be defined as the total variation permitted in the size of a dimension, and it is the algebraic difference between the upper and lower acceptable dimension. It is an absolute value. So permissible variation in the size called as a tolerance. The basic purpose of providing tolerance is to permit the dimension variations in the manufacturing of the component, adhering to the performance criteria as established by the specification and design. So generally this particular tolerance, we understand that generally this particular tolerance is given for the manufacturing component for the accepting the variation. So if high performance is the sole criteria, then functional requirements dictate the specification of the tolerance limits. Otherwise, the choice of setting tolerance to a limited extent may be influenced and determined by factors such as methods of tooling and available manufacturing equipment. The industry follows certain approved accuracy standards such as ANSI and ASME. Universally, we can follow only two standards in India, that is ANSM is American National Standard Institute and ASME that American Society of Mechanical Engineers to manufacturing the different parts. So these two tolerances can be used in this particular manufacturing system. So importance of tolerance. Why tolerance is given? What is the importance of this particular tolerance? Tolerance can reduce the cost. How it can reduce the cost? By reducing the scrap, rework, it can reduce the cost. Once we give the tolerance to any part, then there is a less chances of rejection of the part due to this tolerance, because operator got permissible variations to manufacturing between the part between the two limits, so there is a chances of rejection is less due to the tolerance. Hence it can reduce the cost. It improves the accuracy. While when we give the tolerance to any part, we have to manufacture as per your assembly point of view. So hence when we manufacture part with respect to the tolerance, there is a chances of part assembled together very well in case of assembly. So it improves the accuracy also. Implements the discipline and quality consciousness in workers' mind. It is another important point in case of tolerance. In case of discipline, when we give tolerance to the part, there is always in the operator's mind that he must produce the part within the limits. So he must be disciplined throughout the manufacturing process, that he must produce a part which meets the standards, which meet the required tolerance. So it improves the discipline in the worker. It also improves the quality consciousness in workers' mind. Whenever we give the tolerance, close tolerance, worker know the importance of tolerance, and he must know what is the importance of this particular quality. So quality consciousness in workers mind will be improved due to this tolerance. Last is important, interchangeability. When we give the tolerance, it is beneficial for the interchangeability of the parts. So interchangeability is the term where we can interchange any standard parts which can manufactured at two different locations. So in case of interchangeability, tolerance is most important. Next is the relation between the manufacturing cost and work tolerance. It is very important to relate the production of components within the specified tolerance zone to its associated manufacturing cost. In this particular case, manufacturing cost is directly proportional to the work tolerance. You can see over here, in this case, a permissible tolerance goes on decreasing. When tolerance goes on decreasing, the manufacturing cost in occurred to achieve goes on increasing. Look at this. This particular tolerance zone, this particular tolerance, suppose this is 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. The tolerance goes on increasing over this side and manufacturing cost this side. For 0.1 mm tolerance, you can bear the highest cost. Look at this. This particular point, 0.2 mm variation tolerance zone, we have the highest cost. For 0.5 mm, we have the lowest score. When the permissive tolerance limits are relaxed without degrading the functional requirement, the manufacturing cost decreases. Next point is types of tolerances. There are different types of tolerances which can be generally classified into the following categories. The number one is unilateral tolerance, number two is bilateral tolerance, number three compound tolerance, and number four geometric tolerance. We can see one by one. Number one, unilateral tolerance. It is the tolerance which is the tolerance distribution is only one side of the basic size. It is known as unilateral. Means what? In other words, tolerable limits are totally lie on the one side of the basic size. What we called as rather it either above or below it. What we called as a unilateral tolerance. Suppose this is 40 plus 0.02 and plus 0.01. All the tolerances are on the either side. So this is the unilateral tolerance. 40 minus 0.0 and plus 0.02. Here the upper limit is 40.02 and lower limit is equal to basic size. Though this sign is minus, but basic size will not change. The basic size change only in one side. So this is a unilateral tolerance. 40 minus 0.01 and minus 0.02. The tolerance totally lie on the negative side. So it is only on the one side. So this is the unilateral tolerance. This is 40 plus 0.00 and minus 0.02. Here tolerance is lie only on the negative side. Though it is a positive, but it is a 0. So tolerance is on only one side. So this is a unilateral tolerance. These are the unilateral tolerance, bilateral tolerance, and limit tolerance sketches. We can understand the bilateral tolerance in the next slide. Before that, we understand the limit tolerance. Limit tolerance is the tolerance where we give a specified limit within which we are going to do the assembly. So this is the a limit tolerance. Next is bilateral tolerance. When the tolerance distribution lie on either side of the basic size is known as the bilateral side, or this particular, in other words, the dimension of the part is allowed to vary on both the side. When the tolerance is given on both sides, what we called as a bilateral tolerance. Example is 40 plus or minus 0.02. So upper limit is 40.02 and lower limit is 39.98. So variation is on the both side. So this is the bilateral tolerance. In this particular case, 40 plus 0.02 minus 0.01, the variation is both side, upper limit and lower limit, both sides are variable. So tolerance is given on both sides. So this is a bilateral tolerance. Next is compound tolerance. When the tolerance is determined by established tolerances on more than one dimension, then this is known as compound tolerance. When dimension given established by more than one dimension, it is called as a compound tolerance. For example, over here, the tolerance from the dimension R is determined by the combined effect. This particular R is decided by combined effect of this particular all tolerance. R is not directly calculated. It is calculated by considering this all tolerance. So R is determined by the combined effect of tolerance 40 mm dimension, this particular 60 degree and 20 mm dimension. The tolerance compound, the tolerance obtained from the dimension R is known as compound tolerance. In practice, compound tolerance should be avoided as far as possible. Next is geometric tolerance. The geometric tolerance are used to indicate the relationship of one part of an object with the other. Consider the example as shown in figure. In this particular case, we have to maintain the feature control frame, that is concentricity of this particular face, we have to maintain with respect to the x face within the range of 0.01 mm. So this type of tolerance is called as a geometric tolerances. Only geometric tolerances are given on the production drawing. Then how to indicate the tolerance? Look at this. The dimension is given by a shape symbol phi, a nominal size 50, and a letter indicating the position of the tolerance zone in the relation to the zero line, that is H7. H stands for basic hole size. So shaft size. So number of indicates the width of the tolerance zone. There are another tolerances are there in the market, in the manufacturing field. There's form tolerance. Form tolerance are the group of geometric tolerances applied to individual features. This particular form tolerance is applied to the individual features. They limit the amount of error in the shape of feature are independent tolerances. Form tolerance as such do not require a locating dimension. These include straightness, circularity, flatness, and cylindricity. Next is orientation tolerances. Orientation tolerances are a type of geometric tolerances used to limit the direction of or orientation of a feature in relation to the other features. These are related tolerances. Perpendicularity, parallelism, and angularity fall into this particular category. Next is positional tolerances. Positional tolerances are the group of geometric tolerances that controls the extent of deviation of the location of a feature from its true position. This is a three-dimensional geometric tolerance comprising the position, symmetry, and concentricity. Suppose we take one example. Consider the example as shown in figure 3.6, accumulation of tolerances. How it can be done? There are three parts. Suppose this is the shaft to be manufactured this is a stepped shaft to be manufactured, step A, B, and C, having length LA, LB, and LC with a total length L. The LA part having a tolerance of 30 plus or minus plus 0.02 and minus 0.01, same as LB having the tolerance and LC having the tolerance. So the three stepped parts having three different tolerance. All tolerances are bilateral tolerances because it is on the both side of the basic size, plus or minus. The overall length assembly is the sum of individual length component. So overall length is nothing but LA plus LB plus LC, that is 60 mm mentioned over here. So the cumulative upper tolerance limit is nothing but addition of all tolerance 0.02, 0.02 and 0.02. Look at this, 0.02 addition, it will come as 0.06 mm, and lower limit is nothing but additional addition of all. Do you look at this addition of minus 0.01, minus 0.01 and minus 0.01. So cumulative lower limit is 0.03 minus. Okay. So therefore dimension of assembled length will be total dimension 60. The lower limit is 0.03 and upper limit is 0.06 mm. It is essential to avoid or minimize the cumulative effect of the tolerance buildup, as it leads to a high tolerance on overall length, which is undesirable. If progressive dimensioning from a common reference or line or a baseline dimensioning is adopted, then the tolerance accumulation effect can be minimized. This is clearly illustrated in this particular figure. So this is the indication where you can clearly minimize the accumulation effect. So this is all about the tolerancing. If you have any query, then let me know, and please comment in the comment box so that I can solve your query. Thank you.